It's a nice Sunday morning, and you want to go out and play a nice shooting game. But all of them feel very, very similar and plain and boring and not fun. My friends, it's time to play Phosphor. Phosphor is a game that I discovered by accident, and what an accident it was. It is very, very refreshingly futuristic and fun, and feels very, very much like Halo. Graphically speaking, only some of the textures are somewhat blurry. Mostly you'll find rather decent textures over well-done models. Weapons and characters look very futuristic and high-tech, and you'll feel as if you're a badass human. Animations are probably the best part of the graphics, since they are very cool, and add even more to the feeling of being superhuman. Whenever you run, your character will lower his gun and hold it in one hand while running incredibly fast. This game also has very nice effects for being totally browser-based, such as sun glare, decent lighting, and minor reflections. Wait, what did I say? Browser-based? Yep, totally. Similar to RuneScape, the game's data is streamed to your computer every time you play, except there's no registration required. The only downside of Phosphor is the lack of maps. There is only one set map to play on. One, but what a map it is. It is an enormous map with many underground passages and a massive outside area with many futuristic doodads thrown in. It instantly reminded of Halo and how it had massive environments as well. Gameplay here is a hybrid between Halo and Quake. You jump around in this game in a similar fashion to Quake, yet the pace is similar to Halo, meaning that it is quite a bit slower than Quake. You can take quite a few rockets to the face and still survive. Every time you spawn, you are given a random weapon out of all four of them, but you could also pick them up from different spots on the map and from fallen opponents. Weapons, as mentioned, are limited, with only 4 of them, but they are still fun to play with, and each have a great amount of kick to them. One thing I forgot to mention was the fact that this game has only one game type, deathmatch. But since it's only in beta, I'm assuming it'll get much, much better and much, much more diverse as time goes on. I can't tell you much about the community because I have yet to discover how exactly multiplayer works. When I find out, however, I'll tell you how to do it and how it felt for me. However, the lack of multiplayer wasn't a problem. Bots you'll fight against can be either very easy or very challenging. It was somewhere in the middle for me since I'm a longtime fan of Quake, Unreal, and Halo, and I'm very good at first-person shooters, but it was still pretty challenging. The bots did kill me quite an amount of times. All in all, Phosphor gets a 5 out of 5 in my recommendation. If not for the low specs or the accessibility of a browser-based game, you should play it for the overall art direction and style. See you on the battlefield.